Now guys, what you were just listening to is a rough mix of a gravity reversing song. That's one of my bands, and my predominant band at the moment. I'm doing things a little bit different. I have my whole board running out into the camera right there, and I'm using a very sensitive overhead mic. So if you hear any weird clicks and stuff, that's why. Alright, so today I'm going to talk a little bit about the history of Forsythe, and I'm going to promote a new piece of gear that we're building here and that hopefully you guys will want to pick up for your studio. Forsythe was started as an independent studio long ago, and what it was meant to be was a place for anybody to record. It was meant to be a place that if you had a vision, we would do our best to get the best out of you and let you get the best out of us, and come to a very close approximation of your vision for very, very little budget. We're all who started this. I started it with some friends, very poor musicians, and we wanted to have a place of our own, but we didn't want to stop there. We wanted everybody to have a place to go to record. It's very important to us to help out our musical community, and it still is. Unfortunately, after we kind of got to our precipice, our peak, we became an integral part of the musical community. Something terrible happened that I won't get into because I don't want to bring everybody down, but we ended up losing everything. I ended up moving. It was what it was, and that was the end of Forsythe. So I've had several iterations since then of just home studios, and even one with 2 rooms, which was fantastic, which is I miss that dearly. And we've recorded friends randomly and things like that, but I haven't been able to be a part of the community. And hopefully I have some interesting prospects for the future that may allow me to actually record you guys again. And it would be an honor to have you guys come in my studio and experience what we can do, because we record digitally, but we're not a digital-centric studio. As in, I'm not a huge fan of MIDI. We can do it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. And we're not a huge fan of grid mapping and taking all the flavor and the feel out of music either. That's very important. So what you were listening to a second ago was a rough mix, but it contained 2 separate kick tracks. It contained the Audix D6, which is pretty much the industry standard at this moment. I'm more of a fan of the AKG D112. I used to have one. But this is an amazing microphone. The AKG, I think, has a little bit of a rounder low end to it, whereas this one has more of that high-end click that is required by metal and hard rock music these days. So I pretty much use that for the higher end side of it and the low mids. What I use for the super low frequencies to get that punchy sound that you just can't get out of any sort of kick mic like that without horribly boosting the low end and muddying things up is this right here. Forsythe Kick Force. That's what we're looking at. If it looks like a speaker in a bucket, that's basically because that's what it is. It's wired to XLR using oxygen-free copper cable. You just plug it in like you would any other microphone. You boost your preamp, and you're good to go. We're going to solo the Audix D6 microphone. And I'll play that back and you can hear what that sounds like. Let me go a little farther in. And you see it's got some low end. Hopefully you're listening to this on some good speakers or some headphones. You see it's got some low end, but it really doesn't have that punch that's going to just kick you in the chest. The way I would describe it is this has the sound you can hear. This has the sound you can feel. Now, I'm going to put in the sub kick with it. You'll hear a huge difference. Here we go. Alright, so if you had headphones on, you probably heard a drastic difference. Now if I take the D6 out, you hear the super low frequencies that you're getting from the sub kick. You're going to feel that in a car, you're going to feel that in a club, you're going to feel that any situation where you have a high fidelity sound system, especially home theater, things like that. Things that you just don't hear. And what I find is that if I play back, mixes from this using this, you can really hear that definition of the kick drum. You can really hear that low end little bit of fade that you get as the drum rings out just a bit. And again, when I mix it back in, you can hear the way it sounds. Back to the music. Alright guys, I idiotically ran out of time on my camera's memory card, so here's a closer shot of the Forsythe Kick Force. It's one of hopefully many audio products we're going to have out before the end of the year to kind of help the consumer market out and more than anything help our local community get some better recording results. We'll be selling these for $75, mostly made to order, though I may have one around here or there that I've already pre-constructed. Take a lot of care in making these so that they're robust and that they'll last a long time. They screw onto any standard mic stand, and the handle is mostly left on just because I think it's cute. If there's anything I can help you guys out with, if you have any questions or anything you want to know, any video ideas you want to come out of us or anything like that, just shoot me a line on my Facebook, or you can just hit us up here on the YouTube. Share and subscribe, help us out just like any other YouTube channel, and we really appreciate the support, and I certainly hope to see many of you come through the studio in the future if that does come to pass, and time will tell. Thanks guys.